See, this type of shit will make you want to rob some shit. I'm pretty sure you can see the look in my face, look in my eyes, the look of exhaustion. 13 hours, going on 14. For what? For what? For what when the pay, when the hours the hours that you put it in don't translate to the pay that you're getting. To the pay that you're getting. You're being robbed. You're being robbed. And that's why I started off the video. I said this type of shit make you want to rob shit, because they robbing you and they doing it with a goddamn smile. And they know they doing it. That's the thing. They know they doing it. When they try to act like everything's good and, be all happy and smiling and, all this fakeness, when they know, when you're not around, they probably talking to each other. Yeah, we're robbing that guy. And I'm talking about the office people, right? I'm talking about these dispatchers and these people that plan these routes, whatever. The managers. They see your hours. They see all that stuff. They see your pay. And they themselves know they wouldn't put up with that. They themselves know they would probably strike, file complaints to whatever government organization, bringing up the fact that they're doing 14, 13 hours or whatever, and they're not getting compensated like they should for it. Well, yeah, they don't say nothing to you. They don't say, well, let's do something for him. Let's do, if we know that's not right, but let's see what we can do. Maybe we can offer him this or offer him that. No, they just smile, and act like everything's good. So it's this type of shit that goes on in this society, and you wonder why people are caring about in the U.S. like they're caring about. Talk about this work-life balance and don't exist. Don't exist. You exist here just to work. And if you can, get a little sleep, a little rest, and then get back up and do it again. 5 to 6 to sometimes 7 days a week. Until you croak. Until you croak. So it's no balance, none of that, man. There's no work-life balance. It's all BS. And I've seen cultures of work-life balance because I've traveled to every continent. And I can see cultures and countries where there is that balance that exists. There is that balance where people are actually having the opportunity to enjoy their life and have a socialized life outside of work. And they may not have much. They may not have much. They may not have much. You know, all these material things that we got, that we feel that brings us happiness when it doesn't really bring us happiness, because we always want more. And when you get something new, after about a week or so, the newness of it fades and it's just another item. You know, but these people in these countries that don't have much, all these material possessions, they actually do have a lot, but it's less material and more social structure, more family structure, more community based. They have a work-life balance because they're able to work and still have a social life. It's hard to have that here when you're on the bottom. You know, and on the bottom here is working, you know, a wage job, even a salary job. And you know, you got to put in these hours. It's cold, man. It's a cold game, you know. 13 hours, man. I made this video, making this video after 13, or really 14 hours of being, because we talk about, we only focus on I think we focus on the actual time that you clock in. But a lot of people, well, maybe they do, but in my opinion, I believe that work day starts the day that you are getting ready to go to that work, whether in the drive or the commute, or if you're taking any form of public transportation. That work day starts then, because you're doing everything that you're doing is to get to that job. And that time is not your time, it's time devoted for that job. So for me, that started 15 hours ago, off of only 4 to 5 hours of sleep. I'm pretty sure you can only imagine the amount of energy drinks I'm off of right now. And I got to get up and do this shit again in a few hours. You know, and I guarantee you that they're not going to say, oh, we apologize, we had to do that yesterday. What can we do for you? How can we, we're going to give you this bonus, or, whatever. Are we going to give you, we're going to try to give you a shorter days, for this week, but you still make a decent income. No, they're not going to do that. It's just going to be business as usual. Business as usual. So I'm about to tap out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already said in my last video, man, I'm planning and I'm plotting. I think that I already said this last video. I'm planning and I'm plotting to get out of the U.S. And I'm not gonna be one of those people they get to another country and I'm waving the American flag, because if I'm in another country and I'm waving the American flag, if it got to that point, I'm just gonna be in that country. If it got to that point for me, I would just be in the U.S. But that's not what it's gonna be like for me. When I leave the U.S., I ain't gonna say it. I say when. I'm not waving no American flags, because I don't know. My attitude is hard to be patriotic about something that was, I guess patriotic means proud, proud of your country. That for something that overall hasn't been so friendly to me. Even when I've tried to be friendly to it and I've tried to do the right things by it and do the right things, it still has shown hostility. So I understand for right now, for right now, the US dollar is still has some power. Doing some research and reading and listening, it they're saying that that's changing, with BRICS and whatnot. But right now, it appears to still have some power globally. So I'm not one of these guys that's going to get on there and not acknowledge, like, you'll look at these travel videos, and you'll see a lot of these travel videos talking about, yeah, I left the U.S. and I'm not going back. Okay, when you really, really left, you cut all ties. And all these guys that's claiming this stuff haven't cut all ties. They still dependent on the U.S. dollar for that lifestyle that they're living wherever abroad. So I know that I'm still going to be dependent, and I hope that that U.S. dollar will follow me wherever I decide to go. But then I know that I need to prepare and transition myself to be self sufficient in that country, to where I can be able to take care of the basic needs for myself, for my family, without having to be dependent on that dollar, on any currency for that matter. But yeah, I mean, this is the plan. This is the design for the average American life. Is to work, 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 until you drop, until you croak. And that's all. That's all your life is supposed to be about. And you'll hear it from very. You don't believe me? You don't have to take my word for it. You watch talk to any foreign person, or watch any foreign person video talking about their experience in America, particularly a foreign person that comes from, even, you might say, even certain Western countries, but mainly look for those that are from non-Western countries. And I guarantee what you will hear them all pretty much say is that the culture here is here you have to work, 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 grind, 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 until you're too old to do it anymore. But then you probably don't have enough money saved up, so you got to force yourself to do it at that old age, till you croak over. or till Uncle Sam says, all right, here goes a little Social Security money, if it's still there. And that's it, right? And the people that do that, right? What happens? We always hear about these individuals that after they put in all their time working, all their whole life been devoted to their work, they retire, and then shortly after they pass away. And a common thing they say is that these people end up being depressed after they no longer had the grind and work and you know toil. Now they can just relax, but now their identity was so wrapped in that was their identity, that job, that work was their identity, and now they don't have it no more. Now they don't know what to do with themselves, because that was their routine for 30, 40 years, 50 years. That was them. And we know that here in America, your work is a majority, a large majority of your time. Look at me as I make this video. 15 hours, there's 24 hours in a day, right? Last time I checked. So 15 hours of that day, of that 24 hours was for this. Now, after I get out of this truck, another maybe 30 to 40 to an hour to get to where I lay my head. So that's 16 hours. 16 hours. Now you do the math, right? It's 4, that's only 8 hours that I had to myself, and what 5 to 6 hours gonna be of sleep. So only 2 hours of your day you get to personal time with your family, if you're not too goddamn tired trying to stay up for that 2 hours. And that's the culture of the US. A culture that is really unique to here, because I've traveled this world. If you ain't, whoever watched this video, if you ain't traveled this world, you can't talk about it. You can't talk about it because you never traveled this world to know and experience it. I've seen the cultures where the people would get off work, it would still be relatively, early in the day, evening time, early in the day, and they would have time to go gather with their friends, their families, or whether they're going to the bar, or hanging out in the barrio or the favela, but they had time to enjoy their life and socialize. We don't have that here. If you're on the bottom, as a majority of us are, because what they say, the wealthy of this country is only the 1% to 10%. So it's over 400 million of us. You do that, you do the math on that. So the majority of us, this is our life. Work, 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 work. Oh yeah, we live for the weekends. If we able to take the weekends off, because we might have to. Oh, I need to have a side hustle. I need to have a side job because, I need to be able to afford this or afford that. And that's what it is, man. So let me get up out of here. It is what it is, man. Peace.